What anyone says, but you do not know your husband until you're divorcing him as a stay-at-home mom. Until you've seen him look at you and go, you're gonna have to get a job now, you're gonna have to pay for it. Or what makes you think you're gonna get custody of the kids since you haven't worked in 10 years. You won't know who they are until they cut off all your resources. You don't know who they are until you see them shut off the electric bill because they're mad that they lost control over you. So if you're a stay-at-home mom who is in the process of divorcing your husband, just know that you're gonna see a side of him that you never wanted to see.
What's up, y'all? This is K-Maurice back once again with some clips of women who left their husbands, and it looked like this one just wanted to take the lifestyle with her. I don't know what she's thinking, but once you divorce them, of course, it's going to be a completely different person, and you can't take the lifestyle with you. You have to build your own lifestyle at this point.
And just know that once you get through the hard part, there is so much love and light on the other side, but it's a trip. I don't care what anyone says, but you do not.
So I'm getting to this last chapter of my divorce, and the last few days have been really difficult. This has been a very challenging year. I didn't have kids or get married with someone thinking that one day all of this financial responsibility would fall on me. I'm paying their tuition, and then I've also been ordered to pay child support on top of that.
Hold on. If you got to pay child support, that means she got sole custody. So what is it? They usually don't give that to no man. Either you gave it to him voluntarily or you're not that fit to the system. They obviously something ain't right with that. It starts with the woman having sole custody. How did he get that? Seriously.
Two really difficult things I think that I'm struggling with right now is I've been very ambitious. I've worked my tail off to get to where I'm at. I have been creative with my income, and I'm like, did my ambition screw me or save me? I'm having a hard time with that. And then the second thing is, it's crazy how someone else can make a decision in your life that completely changes everything. I lost my house. I'm losing 50% time with my kids. It's, it is what.
Hold on. You wanted the divorce, right? So what's wrong with him? He got sole custody. So here's the thing. What I'm not understanding is, what's the problem? You must have been a breadwinner from the beginning. If you got to pay him and pay for all that stuff, you the breadwinner. But he got sole custody, so something ain't right.
My mission in life right now is to secure a financial future for my sons and rebuild my life in every area possible. This divorce has taught me things that I never thought I would learn, these painful lessons like this. And while I'm having a hard time understanding why God would allow this to happen and why this happened like that.
Oh, now she blamed God. If you listen to everything that was coming out of her mouth, one thing I forgot to address is everything was my, me. My, me. Me. My kids, I built my life. I thought you was with a husband. How did you build your life? He wasn't included in that? I'm a little confused.
I'm trusting him. So you guys are going to see somebody who's going to work even harder now. I'm having a rough few days, but this is the fuel I think that I needed to work harder, smarter, and just, I'm not the same person.
I just got divorced at 27. Here are 4 things I would look for in a guy before I get married again. 1, is he husband material, but also father material? Because not only do I need a husband, I also need a father to my children. I would look for how he treats his mom, how he treats his family, how he was raised, because ultimately how he treats his mom is a reflection of how he would treat you. 2, I wouldn't marry for potential. I'm not gonna try to think, oh, I'll just try to fix him. He has so much potential. I wouldn't waste time trying to fix anybody, especially if this is gonna be a man that I'm expecting to lead me and my family. When people
Hold on. You left your husband just to try to get somebody to do everything that he was there to do and what he is supposed to be doing. What man would be this stupid to take on all that? And then you think you're going to vet him? as if you are in control of that. You ain't even in control of your own family. You want him to lead you. There's no point of trying to lead you. It's an already made family. What are you gonna get out of that?
Show you who they are, believe them. 3, I'd make sure he's solidified in his faith and not a baby Christian. Is this somebody that's going to be able to lead me spiritually? How long has he not only been a proclaimed Christian, but also walking with the Lord in obedience? What do the annotations in his Bible look like? What does his alone time with the Lord look like? I'm gonna need a man who...
How you gonna bring up the Lord and you're in divorce? Oh my goodness, you divorced and now you look for a stepfather. Are you crazy?
takes his faith seriously. 4, a man good with his hands, not just his mind. I need a man who's gonna know how to change my oil, fix the tires, fix the roof. If there's something that breaks in the house, I'm gonna need a man who's gonna be able to provide for the family. Because if not, then that's just a symbol of lazy.
I'm gonna talk to my girls that's...
So he gonna get everything that all the responsibilities of the father just to be with you. Make that make sense. I'm trying to understand what's the benefits, because all I see is responsibilities.
Currently going through a divorce. I'm in the same boat. I'm currently going through a divorce as well. And if you're like me, you're probably the one that filed, and it took you a minute to get there. Me too. But I want to remind you today, on this Good Monday, that your decision is very much so valid. And don't let anyone around you in your circle tell you that
I was going to tell him that I wanted a divorce. I texted my therapist, our marriage counselor, and I was like, I need to tell him that I want a divorce, but I want to do it in a session so that there's like a mediator present. Got us in like ASAP, like 2 days later. And I walked in knowing that I was going to ask for a divorce. We sit down in our session. It's like really tense, really awkward. My ex was sitting there like, so why do we have an emergency session? Therapist was like, Jamie, do you want to start? And I just started crying and I was like, I want a divorce. You know, it's hard for me to like say the words. I'm done. I want a divorce. He sat there quiet. I'm sitting next to him crying. He didn't move. He didn't look at me. He didn't react at all. He just was stone cold. And eventually our therapist was like, would you like to?
At that point, he didn't care. He didn't want it. He wasn't about to beg. What you thought he was supposed to do? Beg you to stay? Should nobody beg nobody to stay?
Respond? He responded right away and he's like, fine, let's just go ahead and finalize the details. And that was that. I looked at my therapist and I was just like kind of stunned. I knew that I was ready to leave, but I couldn't believe that that was his reaction. There was no empathy. There was no compassion. There was no like wanting to fight for us. I didn't think that there would be, but you know, you just always hope that like one last try. We went home that night. We didn't speak. He slept on the couch. I woke up and went to work the next day, came home. He was playing PlayStation that night. I sat next to him. We hadn't talked in 24 hours. I said, can we talk about what happened yesterday? And he was just playing, just looking straight ahead. And he was like, what's to talk about? In my mind, I'm thinking, this is our last ditch effort to like steer this ship around, you know? And I was like, so what are we gonna do? And he just kept playing and he was like, I already got an apartment. I already took my name off of the lease. He had done things within that 24 hours. He had opened up the filing folder of his single man life and
Wow. Now she's mad that he gave her exactly what she asked for. You asked for a divorce. You begged him. I guess you wanted him to get on his knees and beg you to stay. Some people try to use reverse psychology, and it doesn't work for everybody. And it didn't work for her. It didn't work in her favor at all. He got out of there. He couldn't wait for her to do that. He probably played reverse psychology on her and got her to ask for the divorce when he really wanted it. Woo, she played right into his hands, because he already had his plans. He already knew where he was going. He knew he wanted out of there. He knew that. He just got her to go ahead and say, hey, I don't want it no more. You're like, oh, me either. She didn't expect that. You gotta be careful what you ask for, man. Let me know what y'all think.